next award that we would like to present is our basin-wide cultural contributor. So John Schuster, would you please join us at the podium? And gentlemen, I don't know if Paul and... Let's hear it for John Schuster.
Thank you. You know, I had to decide, Cindy really drilled it into us that we couldn't take too long with these introductions. But you know, I had Clea look over my remarks, and I have to go home with her. I only have to see you at the next board meeting, so you have to let me finish. I really have the pleasure tonight of introducing someone who is a true cultural icon here in the high desert. And he's the person we're going to honor as our basin-wide cultural contributor this year. He's a working artist, an actor, an accomplished musician and composer who has recorded 9 full-length record albums since he moved to Joshua Tree in the mid-80s. He's been a mentor to local musicians and a promoter of our local music scene here in Joshua Tree, but also throughout the Morongo Basin for nearly 20 years. A lot of you might know him also as the host of the local music showcase on Z107 here in Joshua Tree. He is Ted Quinn. I want to say just a few more words with Ted here. It's a tall order summarizing his many accomplishments as an artist because he's going to celebrate his 50th year in show business, literally, next year. And the only reason that's possible is because he started as a child star. I don't know whether you all know this, but from the ages of 3 to 13, he appeared as the precocious son of stars such as Orson Welles, Lana Turner, and Doris Day in television and in numerous films. You may also remember him, and I think we're going to have to let you do this for us. You may remember him as Aspirin Boy from a classic 1960s TV commercial where he said, "Mothers are like that." Yeah, they are. Just real briefly, I've got dessert on my notes here. Ted has mentored local musicians for many, many years here. He has hosted literally thousands of open mic nights, starting at the Beatnik Cafe in Joshua Tree, where his Peacenik at the Beatnik internet radio program attracted listeners from around the world. He currently presents dozens of upcoming singers and songwriters weekly at Pappy and Harriet's up in Pie Town and at the Joshua Tree Saloon. He's organized benefits benefiting musicians displaced by Hurricane Katrina, for children's art programs, for numerous other events, and he's currently the president and music director of the Morongo Basin Cultural Arts Council, which is well represented tonight. Outside of the performing arts, he's a devoted father. He's a great friend. We really, really are pleased to have you here, Ted. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I made notes. I'm going to. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and citizens of the world, I'd like to thank the Basin-Wide Foundation for this honor. Thank you, Kelly, for taking good care of my friends and my family. And John and Clea, thank you so much for that unexpected phone call that notified me of this honor. I also want to thank the Arts Council, of course, in its 10th year, and for its support and for its trust. I really appreciate this honor coming from the Basin-Wide Foundation. I didn't move to Joshua Tree thinking I was going to win awards at all. I came here because I like the moonrise and the starry nights, and the coyotes, and the openness. And the first times that I came out here, I couldn't help but notice that the rocks seemed to know everything, and they knew this from watching the Joshua trees dancing mysteriously for all these years. And a visit to Alta's Curiosity Shop on the way out of town every time. On my way back to LA, where I was always told to come back here. And I moved here originally mainly to make music with a friend of mine, Fred Drake. And I stayed. And after he passed away, I wasn't really sure if I was going to stay until Christmas, when Monet gave me the great news that we were going to have Sage. And I couldn't be happier I couldn't be anywhere else happier. That doesn't make any sense. I couldn't be happier anywhere else raising a child than in this community, with friends like Sharon and the Living School and Sage's wonderful grandparents. And I want to thank my dad for taking me to hear all the best music of the times when I was Sage's age, and for instilling in me a sense of right and wrong, and for working hard for what you believe in. I want to thank my mother for showing me what it's like to do service, and for instilling in me an undying love of being involved in the arts. And my brother, Bob, my sisters, Deborah and Diane, for always playing the greatest music around the house and loving it passionately, and for being open to everything except maybe closed-mindedness. I believe in the power of the arts, including music, to enrich people's lives and to inspire them, and to express their every human emotion, and to make them better people, to make us better people. And I want to thank the people in this community who make it possible for me to connect the dots in my life, and Robin and Linda, and Gerard and Billy, and Jeremy, Lowell, Tommy, Katrina, Mike, Linnea, Gary, Cindy, Manny, Sam, Andy. Yeah. There's a long list. Elia, Judy Wishart, Fred Burke, Tony Mason, Robbie Robb, Crippa, Patty Hood, Cal Hurley, Sue, and the thousands of musicians who show up to play, expressing all of those risky emotions every week. Some appear once and disappear. Some come back after many years. And many of them come in as children and return as adults. And some do just the opposite, come in as adults and leave as children. And from all over the Morongo Basin and the world, they come to play music here. It's really incredible. Courageously, they get up on the stage, and their hearts are pounding, but their hearts are open. And each voice causes a ripple. I know that right now a lot of arts programs are being cut across the country, and it worries me a little bit, but I'm not worried about this art community because it's really strong and it's growing, and most artists are used to starving, but there's no way to starve the arts, and that's because artists hunger for something else. It's beauty and truth that artists hunger for. And I share this honor with each and every one of you. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. I'm going to give you your recognition from the President of the United States. And I'm going to let these gentlemen give you their...
I think so. Ted, on behalf of the State Assembly, it gives me a great deal of pleasure to recognize you and to give you this certificate. I think your words are certainly right on. I represent about 690,000 people in about 17 different communities. And I'll tell you, the Morongo Basin has always been at the forefront of the arts, and I think you're a testament to that. So it's my pleasure to present this to you.
And on behalf of the San Marino County Board of Supervisors, thank you very much for all that you do, and it's been a pleasure.
Again, from the House of Representative Jerry Lewis and also from Bob Dutton, certificates.